The movie I chose was A Beautiful Mind, and John Nash is the main character, and he has schizophrenia. This film tells the story of the life of John Nash, a brilliant mathematician who attended Princeton University. His environment initially consisted of being surrounded by college students on campus, and he always prioritized schoolwork. In the beginning of the film, he seemed like an average guy, just a little awkward and quirky, but as the movie progressed, we gained more insight into his personality. So, he was really easily agitated by his classmates, which showed that he didn't have much control over his emotions, and he also had delusions of being the best in his class and creating the most original idea, but he never went to class, and his ideas took a while to surface. So his symptoms were revealed early, like in his 20s, and once he's selected to work at Wheeler Labs, the movie takes a turn. So, his diagnosis was schizophrenia, and it impacts an individual's ability to make lasting connections with people within their societies, so naturally they become ostracized from their communities and labeled for their disorder. This movie takes place around the 1950s in an Ivy League environment where being intelligent was praised and idolized. If John Nash had gone to a therapist, he would have been labeled by his community and his reputation would have been tainted. Although SIT Graduate Institute states that believing delusions and hallucinations to be a westernized point of view, schizophrenia has a way of affecting people globally. In our culture, for example, people with mental illness are discriminated against and labeled, which is shown both through statistics and first-hand experiences from people much like John Nash. So, symptoms of schizophrenia include delusions, hallucinations, disorganized speech, trouble with thinking, and lack of motivation, according to the DSM-5. A common symptom of schizophrenia is grandiose delusions, where an individual thinks they are the best at what they do, and in A Beautiful Mind, John Nash called his classmates' ideas unoriginal and unworthy of recognition, and proceeded to claim that he would achieve more than they ever would. Another example from the movie was hallucinations, as seen through his extreme paranoia and John Nash's fabricated idea of spies following him. A third and final symptom commonly seen is aggression, which manifested itself in John Nash's life when he frequently displayed signs of frustration and anger in response to someone else's comments. Thankfully, given the efficacy of antipsychotic medications, agitated states do not tend to last very long anymore. The symptom least shown in the film would most likely be lack of motivation, because to achieve all that John Nash achieved requires strong dedication. For John Nash, I would propose antipsychotic medication and cognitive behavioral therapy. The medication is appropriate to prevent relapses, and the therapy is used to create a balance and stability in his daily life. There are little to no ethical concerns in regards to cognitive behavioral therapy, but medication as used to treat medical disorders has been frowned upon in some cultures. That being said, the Ivy League environment in the 1950s held intelligence and perfectionism in high esteem, so the reputation damage a treatment and diagnosis would have on an individual could pose multiple societal barriers. According to the AAFP Foundation, antipsychotic medications effectively diminish the intensity of psychotic hallucinations. Not only was the film a beautiful portrayal of schizophrenia, it also shines light on the accomplishments of John Nash, a highly esteemed mathematician. This movie managed to show that although someone may have a debilitating mental disorder, they can still contribute to discovery, science, and bettering the world through education. These are my references.